Have you ever felt like you're speaking a different language when trying to talk to guys? Like no matter what you say, it just doesn't seem to click? Well, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into the world of communication and uncovering the top 5 tips on how guys want you to talk to them. So, let's cut the confusion and get straight to the point. Tip 1. Keep it direct. Guys appreciate it when you're straightforward. No beating around the bush, just say what you mean. It's refreshing and it shows confidence. Imagine you're at a carnival and you see this huge, colorful, super fun-looking ride. You're excited but also a bit nervous. You turn to your friend, a guy who's been on the ride before, and instead of asking, "What's the probability of a safety incident occurring based on the mechanical integrity and historical data of the ride?" you simply say, "Is this ride safe?" He gets it. He knows you're asking if it's okay to go on the ride without all the fancy talk. He nods and says, "Yeah, it's safe. I've been on it a bunch of times. Let's go." That's what guys appreciate in a conversation. Just like asking about the ride, when you talk to them, it's better to be clear and to the point. If you're feeling happy, say, "I'm really happy today," instead of, "I find myself in a particularly joyful mood." It's all about making things easy to understand and not overcomplicating your words. So next time you're chatting with a guy, remember the carnival ride. Keep it simple, direct, and you'll both be on the same page, ready to enjoy the fun together. Tip 2. Be genuine. Authenticity goes a long way. Be yourself, share your thoughts and feelings honestly. It builds trust, and guys really value that. Let's talk about being real, like when you're playing a video game with cheat codes. Sure, you might win, but it doesn't feel as good as when you do it fair and square, right? Now, imagine you're hanging out with a guy friend, and you're both gamers. You start talking about your favorite games, and instead of pretending to know all about a game you've never played, you're honest and say, "Hey, I've never played that one, but it sounds awesome." Your friend lights up because he gets to share something he loves with someone who's genuinely interested. He even offers to lend you the game. That's what being genuine is all about. It's like showing up to the game without any cheats, just you, ready to play and learn. So remember, whether you're talking about video games, movies, or just how your day went, keep it real. Guys respect that, and it makes for a much better connection. Just like in gaming, the best experiences come from playing by the rules of honesty. Tip 3. Use humor. A good laugh can break the ice and make any conversation enjoyable. Don't be afraid to throw in a joke or a witty comment. All right, let's talk humor. Imagine you're at a family BBQ and there's this awkward silence. You know, the kind where everyone's just munching on their burgers and looking around. Then, your uncle, who's always been a bit of a joker, decides it's time to lighten the mood. He stands up, pretends to trip, and does this whole dramatic fall, making sure he's not actually hurt, of course. Everyone bursts out laughing. The tension melts away, and suddenly the party's back on track. Now picture this with a guy you're talking to. You're both stuck in line at the coffee shop, bored out of your minds. Instead of just staring at your phones, you make a light joke about how you could have grown the coffee beans yourself by now. He laughs, and just like that, you've made a simple moment a little more fun. That's the power of humor. It doesn't have to be a stand-up comedy routine. Just a little chuckle can make any conversation better. So next time you're chatting with a guy and the moment feels right, throw in a little joke or a funny observation. It's like adding a pinch of salt to a dish. It just makes everything taste better. Tip 4. Show interest. Ask questions about their interests, opinions, and experiences. It shows you care and makes them feel valued. Imagine you're at a park and you see someone flying a really cool drone. You're curious, so you go over and say, "Hey, that's a cool drone. How does it work?" The guy flying it is super excited someone's interested, and he starts telling you all about it. He even lets you try controlling it for a bit. That's showing interest. It's like when you're talking to a guy and you ask him about his favorite band instead of just talking about your own. You say, "I've heard you like the Chainsmokers. What's your favorite song?" And just like that, he's sharing his playlist, and you're both getting to know each other better. So next time you're in a conversation, remember the drone in the park. Ask about what the other person likes. It's like giving them the remote control for a while. It makes them feel important, and it's a great way to connect. Tip 5. Listen actively. Listening is just as important as talking. Give them your full attention, and they'll do the same for you. Think about when you're telling a friend about a crazy dream you had. You're all excited, waving your hands around, and they're just nodding along, not really paying attention. Then you ask, "Are you even listening?" And they can't remember a thing you said. Feels pretty lousy, right? Now flip that around. You're with a guy, and he's telling you about his weekend soccer game. Instead of just waiting for your turn to speak, you really listen. You ask, "Did you score any goals?" Or, "Was it tough playing in the rain?" He sees you're truly interested, and it makes him feel heard and understood. That's active listening. It's like when someone's telling you directions and you repeat them back to make sure you got it right. It shows you care about what they're saying, and it helps build a stronger bond. So next time you're in a conversation, be like a sponge. Soak up every word. It'll make all the difference. Communication is a two-way street, and it's all about finding that common ground. Remember, it's not about changing who you are, but about enhancing the way we connect with each other. If you found these tips helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Got thoughts or experiences to share? Drop a comment below or tell us what topics you'd like to see next. And don't forget to check out the links in the description for more resources. Until next time, keep the conversation going!